start in 6A, and we dropped down to 5A, and I think that's going to be somewhere we're comfortable in competing. We have a great level of talent in 5A. There's great teams across the state in 5A, but we're actually we feel comfortable that that's going to be a good fit for us. So we're actually looking forward to being 5A for the next 2 years.
5A, and I know Bayside just moved up to 6A. Will you guys still kind of play them like a non-conference game?
We will. Yeah, it's very important to me for us to play a very tough schedule. So I don't think we're going to get any better playing, playing down. So I try to load our schedule up with as many competitive tournaments and regular season games. So yeah, I mean, we always enjoy playing the toughest competition that we can play.
So, Coach, how and I asked Coach Ann this when we had her here this morning, how do you get these young ladies to come out and play for you every day after, working so hard in the off season? They probably go play their own club volleyball. How do you get them to buy into your system, into your program?
Well, the first thing I always tell my kids, if you don't love it, don't do it. And that's anything in life. I feel like you've got to be passionate about what you do, and in order to I don't want them just to be a part of a team, just have something to do, because it's a big commitment. And, and I tell them all the time, I love it. I'm very, very passionate about the game of volleyball and teaching them the game of volleyball. But also there's just so many more life lessons that you learn, through playing sports. I think that volleyball is the ultimate team sport. I mean, everybody has their own little craft and thing that their niche that they're good at. And so I just tell them, you got to love it. You got to love doing this. And if they love it, then they're automatically bought in. They'll buy into the system because they're going to love the game of volleyball.
So what have you guys worked on in the off season, if you were able to get with these young ladies? Some of the things you think your program needs to improve on this coming season?
Well, we had a team camp at home. We had Jeff Motluck, who's a very good camp director and very knowledgeable in the game of volleyball. And he came to us. He comes to us every year, and he works with the girls and puts them through a very rigorous practice and skill set in their own skill set. So Carson, for example, is a libero, and Julie is an outside hitter. So he works with them on those individual skills. And we also went to team camp. We went to team camp at South Alabama, and I feel like that Coach Ortiz does a good job with that camp. And in addition to that, we play a lot of we play a couple of scrimmage games or whatever. So I think that what's preparing us is that they play club. The majority of my players all play club from the 7th grade up. They're touching a volleyball. And so as long as they're touching a volleyball, I feel like their skill set and their game knowledge and their level of competition is going to increase.
Right. Now I asked you guys, a couple coaches in their questionnaire, if you could eat dinner with anybody, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. So if I could eat dinner with anybody, and I know this is going to sound very, very random, I would want to eat dinner with John Travolta. And I would want to go to Jack Rabbit Slim's, to have our dinner.
Now, John Travolta, I know these young ladies may or may not know who he is. Go way back to the Olivia Newton-John movie, Stand Alive.
That's right.
And all the way up to where he is now.
That's right.
Where is that restaurant at you just talked about?
It's in Hollywood, but it's based off of a movie that he was in. But I just think that of course, his mad dance skills is what attracts me to wanting to have dinner with him at Jack Rabbit Slim's, because he won a twisting contest in the movie. So I would have to get up there and do the twist.
So who do you have here with you today?
I have Julia Fisher. She is a senior, and Carson Harris is also a senior, and Julie is an outside hitter. But she's a hitter. She can hit anywhere from any range. And then Carson is a libero and defensive specialist, and she has been she's been involved in the program. Both of the girls have been involved with Coach Shore since the 7th grade, and they've been involved with club volleyball as well.
All right, you said since 7th grade, so that means they pretty much are well versed in the system. Now since you come on, have you kept some of those traditions with the system that was in place before you got there till now? And I know you added your own spin on it, but
Right.
have you, them being accustomed to that coach at that time and going through that, I guess you can say a feeder program
Right.
from middle school, what has changed since then?
Well, I think I can't really speak on what the program was like before I got there. I just, for me, it's important for them to be involved in a club volleyball program. And we have a great club volleyball program in our area, PIVC. Sean Weaver does an amazing job getting those kids playing, and he offers, he offers a lot for them. He offers HP, which is a high performance. He offers beach. And then also the club is right there in Gulf Shores. So the opportunity for lessons, for playing beach, for coaching. I mean, Carson's actually mentored some students or some of the younger players and did some coaching. So to me, you gotta know something very, very well in order to teach it. And so I'm proud of her for stepping up and doing some of the coaching with the younger kids and being that mentor for them. So I have to say, like, in terms of what was there in place before, I can't really, speak on that. But I do know that we play all over the state of Alabama. I mean, we go to Hoover and we open up at the Juanita Bodie, which is one of the best tournaments in the state of Alabama. And I think just getting them out of this region, which there's great, phenomenal volleyball down here. I mean, you got McGill, you got Bayside, you got Spanish Forge, you got, all these really, really great teams around here. But also, we need to see what's going on in the north because that's where I came from. So I know that there's some really, really good volleyball up there, and we need to see that and be, just be in tune with what's going on other than our little location.
Now, I have seen in the off season, right? Because your season getting ready to start here in a couple of weeks. Some teams went off to go play like in Birmingham,
Yes.
Huntsville, stuff like that.
Yes.
So playing and seeing competition away from your area. What does that do for you and your program and your athletes when you come back and play, teams within your own region?
And I tell them, like, driving up to North Alabama, it's just a little bit of a different culture because there's some great competition in 5A. I know that, several schools up there. Of course, Jasper, won 5A a couple of years ago, and they won 2 years in a row. So we're going to be competing against those teams. So we need to see that competition to know how hard we got to continue to work to keep our vision toward making it to not only through our area. Of course, our goal is to win area and finish in the region, but we also want to be one of the Elite Eight in the end.
All right, Coach. Well, let's hear from your players.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Carson, Julie, go.
All right. The seniors. So let me ask you this question. So since you've been in the program since 7th grade, have you seen changes along the way? And if so, how have those changes helped you become the player that you are today?
Well, I've definitely seen a lot of change playing with different players, like in 7th grade, going all the way into high school and playing with the upperclassmen and the seniors. I've seen a lot of change, especially whenever I was in 8th grade going into my freshman year. Playing with the upperclassmen, it really helped me. Like, they got to know me and talked to me and just helped a lot with me playing and, like, mentored me in a way.
So I guess you could say that, going through the program or playing volleyball at such a young age, what are some of the things you've actually personally learned to improve your game from playing volleyball at such a young age?
I have learned to, starting off whenever, like, I was playing younger, I just, sorry, I'm like, working a lot harder, teamwork and playing with my team, definitely.
Now, with your senior this year, so what are some of the expectations you have for yourself and then also for you and your teammates?
Well, we have lots of high expectations this year with our new players coming in from Spanish Fort. They definitely brought a lot of power and diversity for our offense and everything, and I think we have high expectations definitely going to state this year. That's our number one goal.
right? You said you talked about going to state. What are some of those things that you think that you guys are gonna have to do on the court to make sure
Lots of teamwork. Lots of teamwork. We do have a great connection. Our team does, and I think that is going to help us a lot on the way to state, the road to state. That just our connection is going to bring us together and help us play.
Now, with some of the younger young ladies coming up behind you, what are you telling them, about how rigorous, training and going to play in these top teams? What do you guys do to help those guys out to bring them along?
Well, we do littles and bigs, which is like we partner up an older player with a younger player, and we get to know them and help them and teach them and practice with them. And I love seeing them. I love helping them and like mentoring them in a way. When I was a freshman, I looked up to the older girls, and I just want to like be that person to them and help them.
And what's your favorite TV show?
That's a hard question. I probably Stranger Things,
okay.
But I've watched lots of TV, so.
Yeah, Stranger Things on Netflix. I think they still have one more season, and then it'll be over, right?
They're renewed for one more season.
Who's your favorite character in that movie, in that TV series?
Probably Steve Harrington.
Steve Harrington. What was his name in the movie?
Steve.
It was Steve?
Steve.
Oh, wow, okay. That's right, Steve. Was that the guy that with the black hair? Okay, the hair.
Yeah.
The hair. All right. Looking forward to seeing you this season. Let's get your teammate up here, the defensive specialist. I want to know what that's all about. Why are you the defensive specialist?
May I say that again?
Why are you the defensive specialist? Your coach called you a defensive specialist.
Well, obviously, I'm not tall enough to be a hitter, so I stay in the back row and I get the ball up to set it and get a hit out of it.
So what are some of your expectations personally this year, some of your personal goals?
Personal goals, I want to bring the team more together. Like, we already are together, but I feel like we can come together more. I feel like, personally, I need to step up some and set a role to play.
Anything, what have you done in the off season to make sure that you're prepared for your senior season, which is probably one of the best seasons you're hoping that you're going to have? What are some of the things you've done in your personal time to make sure that you're ready?
Well, like Coach said, I helped with beach volleyball as a coach, and then I also did some indoor coaching to help, and then I did some working on myself in the off season.
Now you said beach volleyball. How now that's out there in the sand and versus on a court inside. How does that transfer to the indoor game?
Well, playing beach, it's only two people, so the communication levels are more higher. So transferring that into indoor, your communication levels are more successful because you did on the beach. And also, as a hitter, I feel like in beach, you need more leg power or body power to jump up and hit the ball and just move faster in the sand. So I feel like transferring that to indoor, you get faster feet and you get a higher vertical.
Coach, they sound like coaches in here. But so being able to coach, the younger kids, what are some of those things that you instilled in them that you might didn't have when you were their age?
Mm-hmm. Watching them younger, you can see they need there are a lot of levels of improvement. Something that I saw was just their feet. They need to get faster feet and transition and just be there.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you, like I asked your teammate, what's your favorite TV show?
The Kardashians. Probably the Kardashians.
The Kardashians. Oh man, I'm not gonna talk about that because there's some stuff going on that show.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
But no. So if you had to sum up something about your coach, what would you say?
What I would say about Coach, that she's hard. She is hard on us. Practice this morning was hard.
This morning?
Oh yeah, 6:45 a.m. We were there. She's hard, but it's only because she wants us to go to the finals, which I expect to see us there this year.
Which team you guys looking forward to playing this season?
I don't know. Being in that new area, like I know down here in Baldwin County, there's Alberta. I know BC Rain is also in our area, but in the north, there's I don't really know who's all in it, but I know Montgomery Academy is also going to be a tough competition that we expect to see.
All right, well, appreciate you guys coming down this morning. Y'all
Thank
have
you.
a successful season.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
I said you too.
You have a successful season too. You too. Thank you for doing
Yes, ma'am.
this.